Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, internet beware. The old man is on a rampage. Not really. It's just a regular day. Sorry if the excitement woke you up. Anyway, it's showtime. Hi guys. I was right in my prediction about ArenaNet. One of my predictions, probably actually about 70%, was that they had bought ad time during the Game Awards, and they have. There was like the second or third commercial. So, about the cheapest time slot they could get. But I was right. Anyway, here's Nux. This is Nux Knifeheart. He is my newest warrior and is currently level 23 on his way to the big time. And so we'll be playing him tonight. Just a little casual leveling. Especially because I already got my drop from the Game Awards. 10 minutes to get the PoE 2 gateway drop. I have a bunch of mail. Not sure why I have a bunch of mail, but I do. My daily. Hello there, the Fae. Hope your day is, I believe the word we're looking for is fantabulous. Oh, that's right. I already got my drops. And here they are. I got the Cook's outfit, which I will put on. The Mini Snow Flurry Dragon, which I will use. And we got the Slash Serve. Slow speed mode doesn't let you chat at your speed. Well, your speed, nothing would possibly let you chat at your normal speed. There shouldn't be a slow mode. I don't think Seribot is slow moding. First, we open that up, and we salt those away, and we're going to sell that. Oh, sales place in there. We're going to put on the cook's outfit. Oh, it comes with a frying pan novelty. That's nice. It can only post about once every 30 seconds. Is it actually saying that?
You buying or selling?
I don't know why that would be. I mean, Seribot is an auto mod program that mostly it nukes bot commands and spam commands. But I've seen lots of people posting in, multiple times in fast cadence, so I don't know what to tell you other than I'm not happy about it. You're watching a bar countdown. Slow mode users. Wow. Well, let me do a real quick check. Seribot slow mode. Settings configurable via commands or slow or the bot's dashboard, allowing streamers. I would like to turn it off. By default, it's 120 seconds. Hey there, Lone Star Wolf. Welcome back again. Let's see. I'm trying to see how I can set this. Lone Star Wolf, would you try and really quickly just enter a couple of things of text, a couple of lines of text? One of my other viewers is currently getting throttled, and I want to see if you get throttled. And I don't mean choked to death, because I don't want that at all. But I also don't want to see... okay, I should be able to manually set it here. Yeah, so you can just get through in a hurry. How about I set it to slow 1? Maybe I need to do that in Twitch. I do. There you go. 1 second slow should now be enabled. Try 2 in a row, if you would. the lovely and talented Faye. I'm guessing you're still okay. And nope. That's better at least. Okay, does that seem to be working? Good. Don't know why that was a thing, but it was a thing. Let's see. Here's my new novelty I got for the chef's outfit. It's a pan.
Hail, citizen.
I will add that to the account wardrobe. And the cook's outfit, we have attired. We have added the mini. I already had that one. Well, I feel obliged to nonetheless, even though I already had it. To equip that. I can throw that away. It is bound, right? It is bound. Let me delete that. Mini, snow, flurry, dragon, yes. And lastly, the emote of /serve, which I will now demonstrate by /serving. I leveled up for using the emote. There we are. Oh, would anyone care for tea? There isn't actually tea in it. It's Long Island iced tea. But since we have a new item of attire, even if it's an outfit, even though it is an outfit, wow, So the Char get what appears to be a battle mask as their chef hat. But as is tradition round here, while I'm leveling a character, we randomize the dies every time we get a new item of attire. So here we go. The chef outfit. Or maybe that's the helm I'm wearing and there is no hat attached to the chef outfit, but it sure looks like there should be. Anyway, here comes the random colors. We have evening grass, lemon tint, and blue whale. And I think 20 power will do him quite nicely. Of course, you approve the green. There he is, standing politely. Tea and 2 cups. Long Island iced tea, though. I have to keep it real. This is a me stream. I will not be consuming adult leisure beverages tonight. That'll be tomorrow night. Do I have sufficient points? We are currently putting points into our strength line of specialization. Did we finish the first map? We did. So we will be doing exactly the same content we did last night. No, let's do a different one. We will be doing the Norn. The Norn starting map. That's what we'll be doing. We did human last night on a Norn. We'll be doing Norn tonight on a Char. I have 5 characters not yet at the cap. We will use the default as the sky scale, as it's just faster and easier to get around, generally speaking. We will go up the hill, as opposed to over the hill, which I already am. Oh, that's right. Point. We need the hero point first from Issermir's cold dead body. And we're like 2% done. We are 2% done with the map. Just that fast. We're going to grab this Vista. Come over here. Grab POI. And start work on our first heart on this map. Picking up raven eggs. Hey, ravens need heroes too. That's what I'm here for. Let's res this poor unfortunate dead guy. Not dead, you know, just laying down dead, you know. Oh, and we have another one. They died to a skelk? Wow. They're going to hear about this. Their friends are going to be, dude, you died to a skelk. I am currently using the land spear on the warrior. It's not something I've done much in the past, so kind of new for me. I have completed the heart. 7%. Next up, it's baby bear feeding time. You may wonder, how can you tell when the baby bear is hungry? The answer is, it's awake. Or possibly, not even awake is required. It might just be, it has a pulse. And we will plummet in here. Whee! Plummeting. And fortunately, we can clean off the Sons of Svanir tag as soon as the induction starts and just move on to the next. Sacred Bear. I wahooed, evidently. Not entirely sure why I wahooed. I'm not inherently a wahooer. Good evening to those of you who've joined me. Sarcasm alert. I can't believe you're not watching the Game Awards. More importantly, I can't believe I am silly enough. We got another upgrade? Not technically. It's got more stats, but it's got a higher level. Got less armor. Oh, fine. It's a new item of attire. That means new dyes for the chef's outfit. And that's more char, I would say. We have taupe, or taupe, imperial red, and sea bloom. But there's something I need do. Time for us to really quickly go back to the Mistlock Sanctuary and grab a celebration booster. Oh, I did forget, there are drops here tonight as well. My apologies for not putting that in the headline, but then, you know, I want you to come here not for the free stuff. Actually, yeah, free stuff would be a good reason to come here too, but because of my inimitable wit. Long pause, very long pause.
Now I shall break you.
We need the celebration boosters. I only have 311. And they each last for a day. Let's go right back to where we were. Oh, it's Sons of Svanir, and they're jerks. And then I missed them, which was really embarrassing. And oh, they're invulnerable, because that's the way that they are until they get to here, and then I just kill them. Sons of Svanir, jerks. Ooh, that looked like that hurt. Getting one-shotted by a spear, is that painful? It looks painful. Ooh, there's something else I forgot.
Good hunting.
Thanks, dude. I don't think it's a quest. I think I just have to do 5 quests in the zone. Or 5 events in the zone. And there is a leveling item available. It is available at all of the starting cities. You talk to the Mist Stranger. I don't think you have to talk to him first, but I'm going to do it anyway just to make sure. And you finish 5 events in the map. You go back to him, and he will give you, I'm not sure if it's a choosy box or he just has a choice dialogue of a leveling exotic. Now, the only difference between that and a regular level 80 exotic at level 80 is this one doesn't have an enhancement slot or like a sigil or anything, but stats-wise, it levels up as you level up. Therefore, it is basically the best weapon for leveling you can conceivably have, because you normally at low levels can't get an exotic weapon. And it's account bound, not character bound. I have the strength required. Give me a warrior weapon. I must have got it done. Yeah, I got a box with... Oh, warrior. Perfect warrior. So you can only do it once per account, I think, per time they've run it. Yep, Dreambound. I have several of these. I have the Great Sword. Oh, we're limited in the ones we can... I already have the sword unlocked, too. So we are limited. There's only a few of them that are available. Fortunately, Axe Warrior is quite good, and Axe is generally good in other builds as well. The Hammer is hit or miss. The Longbow also hit or miss. The Mace hit or miss. The Rifle the same. We have the sword and the great sword. We are going to go with the axe, and we'll add that to our batch of Daydreamer's weapon collections. Yeah, we actually have a total of 7 of them. I'm not sure they're all of that specific flavor where they have the leveling available. Equipment. We got a great sword. Let's get rid of the great sword. We want axe and axe, yo. We have 2 axes. We just have the 1 axe. Oh, we need another axe. We need a second axe, man. What else could we have in the offhand? Don't know. Offhand is pistol only. We can go with a pistol. And we don't need 2 pistols. We can only use 1 at a time. Wow, I was running quite the collection of pistols. Let's put that in the offhand. Axe pistol. But right now we're using spear anyway, and now we will continue where we were. You have the chef's outfit. Well, that's the last of the things. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. You can stay. That was my pathetic, pleading, but not begging voice. I hope you enjoyed it. You stay a few more minutes, but then you have D&D. Fine. Fine. Whatever. Have fun dicing. Don't die. Get some fat loot. And if possible, stab Tip in the back. He kind of deserves it, let's face it. I will turn away, make sure that person can also get a couple of hits on the hero so that they get credit as well. This is because I am the platonic ideal of a Guild Wars 2 player in that I try to make sure everyone around gets a tag. Platonic ideal of Guild Wars 2 player.
A Grawl god, but still. And now the main event. Come here, beastie.
More to explore.
We've got the Grawl coming. This will make finishing out the heart faster. Go ahead and destroy their cultural heritage. I'm not even a human, and I'm destroying their cultural heritage.
Refreshing.
Smash them! Kick over their sacrificial offerings. Erase their cave paintings. I hope they're learning the lesson that is supposed to be learned. I'm actually not sure what that lesson is, but it's a severe one. Not a whole bunch of Grawl left, and then they summon a little bossy thing. Hey, come on. Cut that out. There's the event successful. And the enraged winged horror has arrived. Not my fault. It's enraged. We got a couple other players in here. Want to make sure they get wax on it too. And another heart and a level. Dun dun dun.
Hey, Grawl.
2 levels tonight.
Killed your god.
And I'm barely getting started.
Something else to worship, like a flower or a tree stump.
At least that'll make you more docile. Maybe.
Let's see what we got in the way of fat loot. And not so fat loot. Hey, we got another axe. We can now go axe. Axe is fun on both warrior and ranger. Those are new, but not better. I have a torch. No. We have a back piece now. Let me salvage.
This is the only proper course.
Put that down there. Those two go there. One of the negatives to being a warrior is if you want to make sure that you have all weapons available to you at all times, it takes up 2 full bags. We finished something. Was that the salvage? Yeah, the weekly salvage, 50 out of 50, another 50 points. We got mail. That's for hitting 25. It's our herald. Self-proclaimed. Let's see. We do want to spend more in strength. That will open up the next sort of. I don't even know what they call those. Those are for passives, and it opened up this one for us. So might applied to me grants me more power, and critical hit chance is increased. Those both seem pretty good to me. Not gonna say no. will repeat for anyone who might have missed it. Drops are enabled. Drops are enabled, though, for every Guild Wars 2 streamer. Well, everyone who streams Guild Wars 2. You don't have to be a Guild Wars 2 streamer. Very egalitarian. If you stream Guild Wars 2, drops are enabled. And the drops are actually kind of good. The first is an emote that I didn't have. And having an additional emote is just always kind of cool. I can't know. I'm not sure if that's 1 hour or 2 hours. I think it's 1, but I'm not sure. Grawl thieves must die. The second is a mini, which I currently have flying around me, theoretically. Where is it? Do I not have it turned on? Turned it off. I now have it flying around me. It is a sort of a misty looking... Whoops. Dragon. You can see it there. And the third is the cook's outfit that I am currently wearing. It is on a char, so it's going to look a little different than if it was on, let's say, an Asura. Where are you? How can I kill you if you're running on the other side of the rock? God. It's so hard to get good Grawl help. Alright, we will continue moving on. We'll nab events in passing if we can. If they're convenient. Grab the POI. Talk to the wolves. And so me and the wolves, we're gonna mess up the Sons of Spawn. Where are you guys going? Oh, one spawn behind. That's fine. They're anxious. They love the taste of Sons of Svanir. Historically, the phrase long pig is used to refer to human cannibalism. Evidently, the belief being that it tastes like pork. I mean, I've never noticed it. When I did something like swallowed a little, hangnail or something. I've never actually, eaten prepared human flesh. So I can't say for sure. I can neither confirm nor deny. And that is another heart complete. We are 22% done already. Gotta go back all the way back here. Is a POI and a chest, and all the mobs were cleared out by somebody else. So until this guy spawned, now I can open the chest in peace. More guys spawned. Missed me. The entire place respawned on me because, of course, it did. This is what life is like when you're Lens. The life of Lens. I have another POI over here. And then we're going into a deep, dark cave. There's a vista. We have another Wizard's Vault completion. That was the dodge 3 enemy attacks with a dodge roll, which I accomplished by dodge rolling. It's just science. Waypoint complete. Run into the tree because I couldn't make up whether I wanted to go left or right, so I tried to go right up the middle. Turns out that's not the right answer. And after all these years, I have finally figured out exactly where the path is that you have to go. A couple other players going through here as well.
Pay attention.
And there is the vista. %28%. Oh my god. Next up, snow leopards. So my plan for tomorrow will be different than today. It is a new PoE 2 league I'll be playing. I'll be starting early, presumably when the league begins. Always want to play with the snow leopard cubs. Oh, if possible, they give you more advancement than anything else you can do for this hard toe. Someone's been through recently. Played with the snow leopard cubs. Because they're on a shared timer. ArenaNet, fix that. So I'll be playing PoE. Start of the league is at either 11 a.m. Pacific, noon Pacific, or 1 p.m. Pacific. I have no idea which. I need to get turned into a snow leopard, please. Thank you. Wow. And my assumption is I will play for a few hours. Don't know how many. And then I'll take a break, and then I will come back for my regular evening time session. And that was successful. And I will be enjoying adult leisure beverages in the evening session. Nom, nom, nom. Hey, I can play with them now. They love me.
Snow leopard always acts swiftly.
Kitties love Lens. They know he's allergic. And that's true, I am allergic to cats. I am so allergic to cats that eventually, after a trip to the emergency room, I had to give my cat to my brother. Turns out breathing is probably pretty good. I'd have to say breathing is a net plus, you know? So the cat went off to my brother, and every piece of furniture and carpet and clothing had to be tidied up. Maybe naming my cat after the goddess of Underworld and the witches was a poor choice. I will take the responsibility for that. A friend brought in a couple of kittens that her cat had had to work in the classic way you will. And I was going to get one of the shorter haired ones, but the black longer haired one, it was eerie. The cat's eye color were exactly the same shade of blue as mine. Sadly, the cats, as they tend to, changed as it aged. But I couldn't resist. I mean, identical color. Which I believe have been described as a gorgeous steely blue. we go. Oh, it's Bjarni. Yeah, Bjarni. So, I mean, decide for yourself. Gorgeous steely blue. Your mileage may vary. Have more points? We have sufficient more points. We doesn't. Precious. Next signet we do have enough for. That's the Doliac, and then after that is Rage. Oh yeah, we'll hold on until we can grab that. Bjarni is historically a not fun heart because you have to pick up rabbit food and take it to Bjarni while avoiding the rabbits who want to knock you over and steal the food. But a particular friend of mine, my mod, one Vorpine, found that after mounts came out, you can just mount up and fly. Now, other people are running it the old-fashioned way, at least some of them. So I go whenever there are any other players around, because I am, in fact, the model of a good citizen Guild Wars 2 player. I go to the furthest away bags of loot of rabbit chow, Purina rabbit chow, so that I don't make things any more difficult than they already are for the people who don't have mounts and are doing it on foot. Because this one, historically, is one of the hearts that are pretty bad if you don't know the mount trick or don't have access to them. Bonk. Nope.
Spirits of the wild, well.
At some point in there, one of the rabbits bonked me and got the food out of my hands. Perhaps I didn't fly high enough to get over them. Or perhaps my bonking into the tree was sufficient. Don't know. But occasionally you'll get here and you won't have the I found some of your rabbit food option because you found and dropped some rabbit food. I will also note that one of the 5 best things I've ever eaten was a stuffed rabbit leg. Number 4 or 5? Realistically, number 5. Because there is something I think the stalker hit me, and I lost it. Nope, I still have it. Because, I'd rather have, the lamb shank and mustards than the stuffed rabbit leg from the French Laundry. So that's 5 and 4. 3 would be the duck and balsamic reduction at Joël Robuchon, Las Vegas. 2 would be a tempura fried snail, of all things, at Bouchon in Las Vegas. And the number 1 best thing I've ever put in my mouth was a ragout of salsify and foie gras topped with tempura fried foie gras at the French Laundry. Tonight I had beans. All right, we do get the entertainment value that can be had from throwing snowballs and hitting kids in the face, which is a not insignificant amount of entertainment. Little girl, bam, right in the face. Little girl gets up, picks up the snowball, bam, right back in the face. Hope she learns a lesson. Never trust an adult with a snowball in their hand. adults cannot be trusted. Especially if I'm the adult. Ah, that kid ran past. Clever. Boom. And see if we can get the other one long ways away. Boom! Maybe it's a good idea that I never had kids, you know? Maybe that was a wise course of action. They're so busy hitting each other that they're not even trying to hit me. Oh, I missed one. I think we need one more snowball in the kisser of a kid. That was a bad throw on my part. And again. There we go. Point blank range. Even I couldn't miss. Magic snow. And we have a snowman. And I can pick up more snowballs. Winter's Day Festival is ongoing right now in Guild Wars 2. I'll probably stop the leveling process a little early and hop into that on my character, who I am currently using for doing the Winter's Day Festival. Get the dailies done. The jumping puzzle, which took me 3 tries last night. I actually managed to fall in a place where I'd never fallen before, which was a new experience. Okay, let's beat the crap out of this guy. And we'll give him the axe.
Maybe you're strong enough to learn my technique.
Maybe I am strong enough. We're halfway done with the map already. It's amazing what you can get done when you're awesome. Or me, alternately. Didn't get any more points, did we? We got 1 or 2, but not enough. We've got a POI over here. Grab that. XP me. So I have the celebration booster. I'm getting extra XP from that. But also, there is currently an event ongoing, giving 50% XP from all sources, 30% Magic Find, 30% Worthy World Reward Track Progress, and 30% PvP Reward Track Progress. In short, now's a good time to play. If you want to level a character up, or maybe get some Worldy World or PvP in, or just hang out with the cool kids. We got another hero point. Caught in a bath.
Water washes the surface. Rattle alone can cleanse your insides.
How about axes? Oh, he interrupted me in mid-axe.
That's the stuff. There. Now you're truly cleansed. Back in the steam with you.
I am truly cleansed. Which sounds like some New Age stuff. You have to have a cleanse to get rid of the toxins. That's what my kidneys and liver do. Thanks. Alright, loose ore. I think the loose ore goes to Cocky Find, but we'll check with Trug first. Yeah. The loose ore goes to Cocky Find, as he gives you 5 rocks for it. And the rabbit hole stuff goes to Trug. And he gives you 5 rocks for it. And then you turn the rocks into Priory Researcher. And that gives you completion. Plus, you can also, you know, kill some rock dogs. Luthor. Kaki Fine. Not a great name, by the way. Kaki Fine. Sorry. Probably means something really important in the Jotun language, but it sounds giggle-worthy in English. Kaki Fine. He has a very, very fine kaki. Now, perhaps it's
Buster.
khaki fine, in which case he has a very nice pair of pants.
I do most of my research at the pub.
And take them all. Oh, we're not quite done. We'll kill a couple of rock dogs. That'll do it. Oh, I didn't turn in the last batch. Dope. But there's the heart complete anyway. And now we make a right turn. And now we get to do some Sons of Svanir murder. So the fastest way is to hit their roadblocks.
I feel strong.
And the mobs there to hit these areas over here. And that will be better with the raptor, as it has an attack that draws the mobs in close. Like that.
Gaining adrenaline.
And we're just going to bust up their camp. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, that only hits for one? I thought that was an AE, like a cone attack. I'm evidently wrong. I feel shame. And I'm over it. Got a couple more of these wolves. Knucked, how you doing?
Kill shot.
I'm sure you'll be pleased as punch to know that the first award at the Game Awards tonight was picked up by Mr. Bowser. The real Mr. Bowser.
He is not to be feared, but embraced. He takes care of his own.
I don't remember the category. Best. Maybe it was the second one. Maybe the first one was Doom winning for accessibility. But I believe it was Bonanza won. I don't remember what else was in the categories. But I do find it endlessly amusing. We have new gloves. That means new dyes for our chef's outfit that we just got. That can go away. Not even worth selling for a copper. Alright. Those are the old gloves.
This is most remarkable.
Might even be a new chest. It is not as good of a chest. And the torch, we have a 144. No, that one's better. Okay. Salvage that.
Target destroyed.
Got some bags that have some foods and loots and stuff. We'll throw that away. We got a little bit of liquid karma. level up in there? We must have. Did we get more points? We did! Alright, do we want more than one of these? I know we want the first one for sure. The third one's not bad, but certainly definitely want the first one. We'll add that to the build here. Now our adrenaline will do more damage. 21% more damage. When we get to stage 3. And in here we can start pushing the signets. I don't think we want that signet. Oh. Replace the others. Doliac. Heal yourself and gain stab. And it's a stun break. Yeah, we actually want a stun break. Having a stun break available is always a good idea, if it's possible to have. We have a corrupted wolf. Minotaur? Minotaur. Nope. Corrupted wolf master. We had that. We no longer have that. Look, he started it by my seeing that he was there. You know, had he just minded his own business and not stepped outside, I wouldn't have had to kill him. The Donkey Kong Bonanza, haven't bought a single Switch 2 game since the console launched. Got enough Switch 1 games in your backlog. Can't feel justified in $100. Yeah. For the Switch 2 game. Yeah, completely understandable. Can't remember what the category was or what any of the competitors were. But then I can't really remember the competitors that Doom, whichever the new Doom was, for accessibility. So much I went, what? Doom for accessibility? And I looked it up, and yeah, actually they did a bunch of things for visual accessibility, allowing you to change the colors of various things in the game. You know, the indicators, the glows that indicate, you know, ammo or weapon drop or stuff like that, to different colors for people with different visual issues. Between GOG and Steam, you can get more fun for less money than Nintendo. Yes, I can understand that, certainly. And frankly, Nintendo is incredibly dependent on its loyal player base, and yet continues to treat them seldom with any negative impact. Can treat them, I'll be generous, poorly. Oh look, Sons of Slaughter. Hi guys. Hey, I've got a stick with a point at the end. How about you let me just fling that into you a few times? It'll be fun. I have got the feeling, whether it's accurate or not, from Reddit, that a lot of the loyalists are beginning to grow tired of Nintendo and, for instance, their continued lawsuitery, amongst other things. A pointed stick, but what if you have what if they have a banana? Good evening to you, the dude. Thank you, Connected. That was an excellent Monty Python reference. What about pointed sticks? Shut up, you! Those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, and realistically we should hope that's like all of them have no idea what I'm talking about. That is Monty Python's self-defense class skit. And my friend Canucket there, even though he is not old enough to be in the prime audience for knowing Monty Python bits, obviously. He's a man of taste and distinction. These elementals suck.
Adrenaline rising.
And now we summon the... That's right, and we waste our shot because there's a cooldown where he's invincible. That's not my favorite thing in the world. Kill him and we can deal with the others at our leisure. Catch pointed sticks. Got the whole DVD box set. Ah, excellent. That is one of the defining cultural things of culture that shaped me in my youth. I believe Monty Python premiered, if memory serves, in the mid-70s here in the Bay Area. I'm going to say 76. And of course, I had read something about it, a reference to it somewhere. So when it finally showed up, I watched, immediately told all of my friends. And our English teacher never understood why we were so out of control on Fridays. And it was because Monty Python was on Thursday nights. You know, all of us coming in with handkerchiefs on our head after the Mr. Gumby episode of Monty Python. And we hadn't spoken to each other. We hadn't planned it. It happened organically. I had to borrow one of my father's handkerchiefs. And a year after that, teacher gave us a reading list early on in the year. Same English teacher, too. Junior and senior years. Gave us a reading list of, like, I don't know, maybe 24 books. And you could choose to read any one of the books you wanted. But then she wanted us to write a paper on it. And unsurprisingly, a lot of the science fiction and fantasy fans in the class, like 6 or 8 of us, chose to read Fahrenheit 451. No surprise there. We did not talk to each other and plan it in advance, but all but one of us used the same title, To Burn or Not to Burn. And she was certain, understandably really, that we had gotten together and all decided to name it the exact same thing. We hadn't. But it is the sort of thing we would have done. I have completed the Harpoon Master achievement. At long last, I have killed enough things with a spear. 5,000 things with a spear I have killed. That is the highest tier of the achievement, I believe. And there's probably only a couple of weapons, maybe only one weapon left that I haven't gotten 5,000 kills on.
That's the stuff.
But then this achievement got a lot easier when they added land spears as weapons in last year's expansion. Before that, it was only a water weapon, and so, you know, you would only be able to level it up doing water fighting and killing 5,000 things in the water combat. Well, Guild Wars 2 does water combat much better than any other MMO. I can't say it does it well. Way, way better than everyone else. That doesn't translate necessarily as well. So, Kanukit, there was a post today on Reddit wanting to know which game had the best professions, by which he meant best jobs, by which he meant not Final Fantasy classes. He meant crafting. And so once again, I have linked in my why Star Wars Galaxies has the best crafting of any MMORPG ever back into Reddit again. Like once a year. I have to link it in. Can't use that. Can use that. Do we have a Warhorn? We have a Warhorn, but it probably is not a 178. It's a 201. It's better.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
It is a simple and correct answer. But still, a lot of people, they just have no idea. I have in the past received things like, is this game still playable? And I say, yes, private servers are available. Or I've had specific requests about, which server should I play? And well, the busiest is Legends. And I've also had some people going, holy shit, is this real? Yeah, it was real. And the only thing that's come close was the very first iteration of Firefall crafting. Now, Firefall was primary guy behind that was a guy named Mark Kern, who is currently not well liked by the MMO community, at least on Reddit. He was a Reddit, initially a Blizzard employee. And the initial design on it, the game was good. It had some issues, amongst which were spending a bunch of money on a van to go to like trade shows and stuff too. But the original version of their crafting was basically nicked straight from Star Wars Galaxies. But it had something players hate. Players, because they are frequently, but not always, parochial and small-minded, don't
Target
like
destroyed.
item decay. Resto's currently overhauling Defender, so your Jedi tank won't feel like sadness anymore. That would be nice. Nobody wants to feel like sadness anymore. Well, occasionally wanting to feel like sadness is perfect. All right, now we see if they have fixed, or if it's still broken, one of the heart mechanics for this heart. Please let it be fixed. Please. It seems like 90% of the time the mechanic is broken. They fix it, and then 2 weeks later, it's broken again. So, what the mechanic is we wave, and then another circle will appear, and we need to get in front of that to catch the keg that the guy is going to throw. It's working again! Oh my god! You carry that to him, turn it in. It's working. This heart is so much faster and easier and more fun when it's working. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Yeah, exactly. You need to be in front. You catch it, and you take it to him. Most of the time it doesn't work, and all of the other mechanics for getting heart completion, basically quest progress, here are much slower and much more tedious. Aha! Got it!
Eagle Fire Teller once killed 500.
I think one more ought to do it. Let's go. Where are we going? Come on, come on. Oh, I don't know. That's so far to go. Oof. Art complete. Okay, I'm leaving with the keg of bear. No. would. Well, it would depend on the ale. You know, for instance, I'm not interested if the only thing they've got is, let's call it Nornweiser. Oh, the shrine to Jorah. We need to get up there. All right. Jinna will heal up over time, and we will kill these mobs, and this will be faster heart construction. Heart progress, as the waves of Sons of Svanir will come. Guys, you're supposed to come. Anytime now will be fine. They're not coming. Why aren't they coming? Oh, there we go. Here's one. Better late than never. Oh, Son of Svanir. Oop, we'll turn away. Ah, he's dead. Wanted to see that the other player here could get a hit on him too. So for instance, I'm going to hit this one with a spear. I'm going to turn away to make sure that the other player can get his hits in too. All this stuff is shared.
There, Jorah stands again, and she will stand as long as my hand. Imagine.
And that's one of the things I like so much about Guild Wars 2 is it encourages players to play the way I just did. You know, two players playing together can actually both get their heart done faster. If I bring this over to our guy here, he can get hits on it too. Let's raise Tresse.
Where is that char merchant? I'm in the mood for booze.
I'm in the mood for booze. Tomorrow night, my dear. Trust me, tomorrow night. Adult leisure beverages will abound. So the plan for tomorrow is an early start to stream. I'm not sure whenever the league starts for Path of Exile 2, which I think is either 11 noon or 1 p.m. I'll start as soon as I can log in. I'm usually several thousand in the queue. Last time I was like only in the hundreds in the queue, and so I got in really fast. That might have been for PoE 1. And I'll play that for a few hours, and when we come back for the evening session, which will include the adult leisure beverages, if I'm still having fun, or was still having fun at the end of the morning early session, afternoon session, I'll be playing more PoE 2. Otherwise, I'll be playing possibly a new game. My choice for the game of the year for this year is Blueprints, which is, I hesitate to call it a puzzle game because while there are puzzles, that game is so incredibly deep. It has so many levels and layers, and I can't remember the last time a game made me say, "What the fuck?" so many times. There's the heart complete. And I mean that in the best possible way. Surprise, genuine surprise at a development in what seems like, you know, it starts out as a relatively simple seeming game. Sort of a puzzle game, not entirely, but yeah, sort of.
Target
And
destroyed.
things just keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper. It's a terrific game. If anyone hasn't played it or heard of it, look it up on Steam. My choice for game of the year. But there's another game out of the same publisher that is, I think, a more sort of standard kind of detective puzzle game. I can't remember what it's called. It's got extremely good reviews. It's like the something at Somebody's Manor. check in just a sec. Let me kill my way through these guys and get to the Vista, and I'll check because I have it up on a tab. And that's going to be the next game I play when I'm finished with PoE 2, whether that is after the early session tomorrow or perhaps even during the early session. The game does occasionally really piss me off. Or later, days later. I think that's going to be the next game I play. See if it sticks on stream. Oh, we have a script burglar. Stuff. Start taking some damage, please.
Incoming.
Indeed, turn me into a jackalope. Yeah, a jackalope. It's not my fault, man. He turned me into a jackalope. Kill both of those guys. Pick up the bag of loot, and he drops several other bags of loot. Because that's what a script burglar does. He's like a loot goblin in some ARPGs, as an example. So the one game I'm looking at is the Seance of Blake Manor. So that will probably be in the future. Maybe not as early as tomorrow, but possibly as early as tomorrow. Oh, by the way, we did get... Now, this is 2 new items of attire, 3 new items of attire, 4 new items of attire, 5 new items of attire. Wow, that was unlikely.
Begin destruction protocol.
Which means I have 5 dies banked up. Because, as is tradition around here, when I get a new item of attire, I do a random die. So, we're going to go back to our dies, and here we go, random. Nah, don't like it. So, we've got 4 left. Nope, 3 left. Kind of like that one. Okay, we've got 2 left for the next time we get a new item of attire. The colors are peanut butter. It is a chef's outfit, after all. Midnight fuchsia and jungle. And I applied a die, and that gave me another level. 6 levels today? 6 levels so far today, I think. I hope I didn't just dribble on myself. Felt like I did. I am going to take just a moment to... Wrong button. Right button to AFK for a second and refill my coffee. My brother is a dyed-in-the-wool member of the cult of Pete's Coffee. He loves Pete's Coffee. Pete's Coffee is, by my understanding, extremely good. And I sadly am an uncultured swine when it comes to coffee. And so I am enjoying Safeway's buttery caramel tasting flavored coffee. Well, you see, I'm not drinking just coffee. This one's got flavoring elements. And the flavor is buttery caramel. So it's actually really not bitter, especially I put some sweetener in, a little drizzle of cream. I'm good to go. But it's nothing I've ever acquired the palate for, sadly. We are 88% done with the map. We should finish in the next 10 minutes or so. And then I'll do a little festival stuff. We'll probably call it a little. Yeah, for most of my life, I hated coffee, but I have developed a taste mostly for the various flavored coffees. What changed my mind was a coffee ice cream that we made. We had a Don't ice cream maker, which is basically just a frozen tub with a rotor in it. You hand crank the rotor, and you just, after 2 days of letting the tub
Time to evict these sucks of spawn here.
letting it just sort of sit in the freezer. For a couple of days. And it was a custard style ice cream, and it was just amazing. It had no bitterness, zero. Because basically what you do is you just warm up the cream and you just put some whole beans in and just let it sit there and warmly take out the nice coffee flavors. I've got the heart. I always like the smell of coffee. That changed me so that I could say I like the taste of coffee, but I can't stand the bitterness. And I'm still kind of that way. I'm not a fan of the bitterness, so I put a fair amount of sweetener in and a little drizzle of cream. Yeah, there are so many different kinds. Yeah, like I said, my brother is a dyed-in-the-wool member of the cult of Pete's Coffee. Pete's is a major coffee maker, but it started locally. Berkeley, I think. And I don't have the palate for it. My palate is too dumb. I can't understand the nuance. I never learned. Just like most wine. I have no idea about most wine. Smell of hazelnut coffee, but you'd rather not have to eat coffee any day. Yeah, that's the sort of thing. The other one, I think the last one I had was a hazelnut something coffee. So yeah, I mean, any real coffee drinker, like our shared friend Canucket Marwise, would laugh at my coffee taste. Understandably. All right, we get to now murder a Doliac and then capture its calves. It's dark here in Tyria tonight, guys. All right, dead, presumably mom. And now we catch the calves. It's pretty terrible. On the other hand, Doliac burgers, delicious. I will also note I once had a beer float. Not a root beer float, which is the adult version of which I'll be drinking tomorrow night and enjoying. No, a beer float. It was Guinness, with coffee, ice cream, and chocolate-covered espresso beans on top of the whipped cream. And it might sound appalling. It was not appalling. I have been playing Guild Wars 2, well, off and on, for since the first publicly available beta. We're 98% done here, boys and girls. So when they opened up the sales, you could buy the game and get access to the beta, the first publicly accessible beta, I bought my way into. I have about 5,000 hours in the game. 5,000 hours sounds like a lot, but I think a better indicator of how not necessarily rational I am in any way, form, or fashion is the fact that I have 40 characters at the cap on my main account, 9 more on an alt account. I would say I was venerable when Pong came out. I did play a lot of Space Invaders on my original Atari home console, 2600 if memory serves. I'm missing one thing. What am I missing? I am missing a waypoint. I'm missing a waypoint. That's not like me at all. All right, which waypoint did I miss? All the way back? No. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I believe that. Oh, I'm an old timer. But I wasn't really like an enormous fanboy on the franchise until I can't train that because you have to be level 30 to access elite skills. So I will hold on to the points until, well, basically as soon as we hit that next one, we'll hit level 30. Wooden Potatoes, a YouTuber, and he's done countless YouTubes on the game and is an incredible resource for the whole community. That's the level. He did 31. He did a series of videos on open world story builds, for one for each of the 9 classes, and another video about the whole sort of concept behind it and what things they had in common. And the way he explained them increased my understanding of the game by like 200%. The builds were better than anything I was playing, but more importantly, I learned how to play the game after like 500, 700 hours playing. Remember when Pong came out as your first game? Pong, when you were a kid? Well, I bought my first computer, and I bought it to play games on, specifically. Later on, it helped me get my degree, but I bought it explicitly to play games on. Apple II Plus, 1979 or 1980, I don't remember. And the game specifically I bought it to play on was a $99 game, Computer Bismarck, from SSI, was the name of the company. SSI was later famous. If you're an old enough computer gamer, you'd know about the D&D Gold Box games. They made those. The first game they ever made was Computer Bismarck. Yep. The D&D Gold Box games. That's them. They advertised Computer Bismarck at the time, I think, as the $1,400.99 game, because you had to pay $1,400 for the computer and then $99 for the game. My memory is that I paid $1,048 for my Apple II Plus. But at my age, my memory is not always entirely reliable.
Destruction protocol.
It's not my fault, guys. I'm old. And there we are. Word of my deeds has reached Heir Stegalkin. I think she is kind of sweet on me. We need to head back to a town. We will go all the way back to Arch. We've not been to Lion's Arch yet. Well then, we'll have to do something about that. We have a little jiggling box in the lower right, just above the mini-map. And that's the reward for doing a complete map. There's about a 1 in 3 chance that it has a key that will allow us to open one of the Black Lion chests in the game. And I generally like to wait until I'm back in Lion's Arch at the bank. It's a luck thing. Of course, it doesn't matter at all, but oh, that was perfect. I managed to get myself stuck in a truly creative and interesting way. First computer was a Commodore. I was tempted to go for the original Commodore PET at the time, and I decided on the Apple II Plus, which was, in the long term, the better choice for games. I also ended up with a Commodore Amiga later on. Like, I bought a Commodore Amiga just to play games on. I bought a Sega Genesis. I bought a Neo Geo. Look up Neo Geos. I bought one of those to play video games on. TurboGrafx 16. I bought the CD drive for my Sega Genesis. I bought an Atari Lynx. I bought an Atari, I think it's Atari, Jaguar. I like video games. And let's see, what we're looking for, hoping for is a key, about a 1 in 3. I'm now sad. I'm now boundlessly sad. You see, I have like 1,500 transmutation charges. I don't really need. You know? Mace. Let's say we have a 193 and a 189 mace, so we can trade that in for one of the crappier maces.
Target destroyed.
I did not have a Tamagotchi.
May the stars guide you.
As far as you know. Nope, no Digimon. You got to remember that how old I was when the Japanese invasion, game invasion occurred. Most of those games at that time, regardless of whether they were fun or not, were clearly aimed at a, let's just say, significantly younger audience than myself. The Tandy? Yeah, the old, initially I was a cassette tape for my Apple II Plus as well. Let's see, and then I bought a disk drive, a floppy disk drive, and then a second floppy disk drive. I eventually got, here we go. I got the 16, or I don't want to tell you how big. I got the memory expansion and the Pascal language, so I could do computer programming for school. $500 got me an additional 16K of memory. $500. 16K. Well, we have done what we intended for this character, so now I'm going to log into my character who I am running around in the festival with. The current festival is Winterfest. Christmas, I'm sorry. This is Laxi Graveponder, currently specced out as a ritualist, so that's a necromancer. elite specialization. I would put Winterfest about in the middle of the festivals. The festival I enjoy most is the Halloween one. The one I think that is best, I think it's one of the best pieces of content any MMO has done, is the Super Adventure Box, which comes out in April, basically as an April Fool's festival. It is a brilliant homage to 8-bit gaming, specifically the original um, Legend of Zelda. Better than April Fool's event in Neverwinter? Yeah. Yeah. If you've not seen the Super Adventure Box, it is a loving homage to 8-bit Nintendo-specific gaming.
With all basic social interactions.
It is so beautifully done. And note, I'm not like one of the people who's nostalgic for old, 8-bit style gaming. It's just such an inspired piece of work. It blows my mind. The April Fools in Neverwinter is very smart and meta, but it's a real. You can see the passion and love for 8-bit gaming that the devs had in Super Adventure Box. Just do a quick Google for Guild Wars 2 Super Adventure Box, and you see the people running around in what looks exactly like if you had an 8-bit landscape running in this engine. With, essentially big jumping puzzles and the kinds of critters you'd expect. It's just inspired. They had to change the name of one of the... It used to have 3 difficulties. Regular, infantile, and tribulation. They had to change infantile to something else because people complained. Look, I played the infantile. I learned on the infantile. I still do the infantile to get some of the currencies and stuff. I have no problem with being infantile when it's appropriate.
I'm rich, you know.
May Balthazar strengthen you.
All right, we can throw that away. You've been a fan of Winterfest ever since Guild Wars did it. Always look forward to it. Guild Wars 2. It got better. You don't want to undersell it. You want it to make sure that the version you're offering up of something that existed in Guild Wars 1 is going to be at least equal. Oh my god, the present dropped. It vanished. The Doliac is dropping presents. I need to see what the dailies are today. Let us see. Donation drive. That's the orphans. I don't like running around for the orphans. Toxin, the toy apocalypse. Win around a snowball mayhem. Not a big fan of that either. Donation to Ho-Ho-Tron. We can do that. Winter Day Bell Choir. And then opening for Winter's Day presents.
Accelerating.
We'll make a donation to Ho-Ho-Tron. He'll come back. We'll do the musical. If you ever wondered what Choir Bell's version of Guitar Hero would be like, I'll show you.
Musically inclined individuals.
I'm not a musically inclined individual, for the record. I'm about as musically uninclined as a person can be. Sadly, I wish I had musical talent. I have none. I don't think there's a free one there. Take me to the southeast stage. I think one of them's free. I want to play the lower part. Okay. Here we are. You'll note there are 8 segments. And it is basically Guitar Hero on a little bit of steroids. I have not done well this time. I'm much better when everything's coming down on the left-hand side because I'm left-handed. I got 72 out of 200. Music minigame from Fable 3. I'll take your word for it. I finished 4th. Do I not have to do 3 rounds? Yeah, I do. I have to do 2 more rounds. That was the end of that instance. So, here we go. Go running back. Take me to the northeast stage. Whoops. So I guess we can't take our picks yet.
Follow along
There
with
we
me.
go.
Play what I play.
I'm ready to choose a part. Why are you not giving me that option, you poopy head? I'll play the lower part. Being left-handed is much easier for me to handle the 1 through 4 keys as opposed to the 6 through 9 keys. Mind you, in the past, I have gotten pretty okay at it. $100 out of 100. I guess I did better than I thought last time. I got 72 out of 100. I thought it was 72 out of 200. So I didn't even do terribly last time. That time I got them all. Obviously, when they're coming more slowly, it's a lot more easy. Or if you prefer, more easier. And there's an event in the entirety of the seasonal event, which is, I think, 28 days this year, to do 1,000 notes. And I think I'm like at 150 or something like that. Oh, I missed that last one, I think. I missed the last one. The easy one. That's not fair. I would like to complain. But who would listen? That's all the rounds we needed to do. We'll finish this round out. They come out in batches of 3, I think. So we'll finish this one. Then we need to open 4 boxes, and I don't remember what the other thing was. There are some days where there are only a couple of the necessary 3 you need to do every day that I want to do, and if there's not 3, I don't bother. I might do the 2, but the ones I'm not good at. Yeah, I got just 1 or 2 there again. 1, I think. Expected them to sample public domain Christmas tracks like the Nutcracker. Well, theoretically, though, they tend to try and avoid that because they try and create a world-appropriate stuff. So generally, they're going to write their own. They've had a lot of very talented composers work on the game over the years. Not that I would know what would actually make a composer talented, but I'll take the words of the people who know. Let's see. So we've got one thing done. The donation. That was the other thing. This is the race going on. There is a race. I will do the race. I will do the jumping puzzle, but I want to see if Ho-Ho-Tron is available for the donation. He's not back yet. Okay. We'll do the jumping puzzle. There are 3 separate paths for the jumping puzzle: the hard, the medium, and the old fart with bad reactions tier. I'm going to do the old fart with bad reactions tier. You might call it the easy mode. But I did fail twice last night. I would say on average I fail once a day while doing it. By the way, that is a cinematic fly-through of what's actually going on. So those were the real people doing the real thing. This is the easy path. The right path is the easy one. And you are taking damage slowly, so you can't dawdle too much. The harder ones, the medium path, the snowflakes will fall away a short time after you jump on them. And in the difficult path, they'll fall away quicker. And I could probably finish them, but I can find jumping puzzles to be very frustrating at times. So I generally, if an easy route is available, I'm going to take it. Oof, almost screwed that up. Okay. So this part will reappear in, I don't know, 15 seconds or something. And you've got to you want to run right up the middle of the presents. You got to be careful because there are gaps you can fall into. And for me, at least, it's about getting in a rhythm after the first couple. That's the hardest part, is that part of the JP. Now here you need to avoid the big rolling balls. As a rule, I generally try to avoid enormous balls coming towards my face. And here we go. I'll let the other guy go on ahead of me. I find it much easier to do JPs when I'm doing them alone. And no failures today. That's the jumping puzzle easy mode.
How goes it?
Let us return and see if Ho-Ho-Tron is available to make a donation to. Yeah, I'm not terrible at them. I'm terrible at timed ones, so only the part with the presents is bad for me. The rest of it, I'll occasionally make a mistake, not a big deal. But the presents I can get into my own head about. Hi, Ho-Ho-Tron. And he started his event right before I could actually give him his donation. Ho-Ho-Tron, that's not goddamn funny, okay? I'll do the race. Thank you, Kanaka, for saying I did it pretty well. I have a lot of practice. It is a fairly straightforward jumping puzzle, except for the part with the falling presents. A little bit with the rolling ice balls there at the end. But some of the jumping puzzles in this game, well, let's just say that perhaps the most accurately named content in the game is one of the jumping puzzles. It's called the Chalice of Tears. I'm going to try this in the Roller Beetle. I normally get gold medal in it, but my times are not good. Oops. I'm going for speed. Here we go. And as you can see, I believe I said not very good. That's probably a little bit charitable to me. The early part of this is when I have the most problems. Also, I hit my key that I was looking for. You have to drift. Oh, wow, did I do that one almost well. Which is not the same thing as well. All right, there we go. Ideally, you want to be good at drifting this, and I have never mastered the art of the drift. I started my turn way too early that time. It's possible. I may not get the gold. I may suck. Okay, well, I definitely suck, but I may suck enough that I don't actually get the gold. That was almost good. Almost good. Oh, yeah, the jumping puzzles are definitely... Well, the SWTOR jumping puzzles are not really... SWTOR's movement is not well designed for jumping puzzles. Yeah, I've screwed myself pretty badly. I may not get gold. It feels shame. I say I mostly get gold, and what do? Screw it up. That was terrible, too. That was better, but not good. SWTOR is just mechanically not good for jumping puzzles. Guild Wars 2 is very good mechanically for jumping. So what made Star Wars The Old Republic not good for jumping puzzles was that Star Wars The Old Republic just didn't mechanically handle it. Did we do it? We still got a gold medal by 14 seconds. But my best time is like 20 seconds faster than that. The problem is my best time is 1:54 and my friend Engelbert's is 1:25. Fortunately, I can still occasionally taunt her with some of the other race times. Like I've been doing for some of the ones in the new expansion, EBM. That's my evil laugh. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't specifically remember the jumping puzzle on Makeb in SWTOR, but I do remember some of them just being awful. Yes, the engine was just not built for it. Guild Wars 2 handles them very, very well. That's why I'm pretty good, okay to pretty good on them. Some of them I'm terrible on, some of them I'm just fine.
How's it going?
Also, one of the advantages that this game has, let me see if I can find a nice place to show you, is if you go out of your way to pick up what is known as the prototype positional rewinder, which is this thingy right here. You equip it, changes the hotbar. You press the 1 button, it memorizes where you are. You jump, and you hit the 2 button, boop, it takes you right back to where you were. I didn't want to go to the, choir ensemble. I'm trying to make a point here.
Follow along with me.
I don't want to follow along with you. Let me out. Let me out. I'll try not to do that quite as pathetically. The second time. The prototype positional rewinder. It basically allows you to memorize a location and instantly teleport back to it once every 30 seconds.
Musically inclined individuals.
That is actually a very good point. I did not go into the choir invisible. Another Monty Python reference. Very nice. You're never going to go wrong in this stream with a Monty Python reference. That's just not going to happen. I believe you were referring to the Dead Parrot sketch. So, again, here we are. We hit 1 to memorize our location. We jump, and we hit 2, and we're right back. That's the prototype positional rewinder. It's awesome. And it's a absolute, for a player like me, it is basically a requirement. Okay, Ho-Ho-Tron, god damn it. Don't you go anywhere until I can make. I'll donate. You only get a copper this time, you little jerk.
At the big spender here.
The hard, very hard jumping puzzles like the Chalice of Tears, it makes them doable for an old guy like me if I follow a guide. To be fair, I have to follow a guide. All right, to finish off the dailies. So, you can get a box like these, which I call anyway choosy boxes, and you can choose a gift-wrapped present, if you wonder what I mean by a gift-wrapped present. That's a gift-wrapped axe. You can get one of these boxes every 5 days. What you have to do is, for 5 days, they don't have to be in a row, you have to complete a specific achievement that requires you to do at least 3 of the dailies. Not all dailies are available every day, and so that's what I will finish now when I open up 4 boxes.
I'm not sure about this.
2, 3, 4. We have completed the daily 3 dailies. Got it? Good. We will now open up the other 55 Winter's Day gifts. Note, for people who are playing, not interested in goofy cosmetics and whatnot, you can always sell these at the trading post, and those 55 I've just picked up in the last 20 minutes are anywhere from 2 gold 20 to about 3 gold if we tried to sell them, as opposed to immediately filling somebody's orders. In other words, it's a pretty fair way of making a little bit of cash, but I enjoy opening the presents and seeing if I can get lucky with some goodies. And those are all showing up there. It's mostly the currency items, the snowflakes. The general currency is the pristine diamonds, I think they're called. And that takes 1,000 snowflakes to make. Also good are the quartz crystals. And then we also get these, which sadly have no actual use unless you want to turn yourself temporarily into a festive golem or a reindeer. We also have 9 of the personalized Winter's Day gifts. These have a higher quality of goodies you can get. You get the commons, the uncommon, and there's the snow diamonds. Those are good. 1,000 snowflakes will get you a snow diamond, and then the snow diamonds are used for a lot of cosmetics you can purchase. There are also rares where you have miniatures and candy cane weapons. I have all of the candy cane weapons already. And then there are the super rares, which can sell anywhere from some of them aren't worth almost nothing, but some of them are worth hundreds, or in some cases even thousands of gold. So we will open these individually rather than in batch, because anticipation. We're halfway done.
Oh, what a pleasant
We're down to 1.
surprise.
Okay. Most valuable thing we got is the vial of linseed oil, which may sound strange, but that's actually used in high-end crafting. Throw that away. I will note that this is a choir bell, worth essentially nothing. But my friend EBM, who I mentioned, defeating me soundly in the race at her best time by over 30 seconds, because she's a show-off.
I'm not sure about this.
At some point, one of her mods was constantly sending her all of the junk in his inventory as kind of a gag. And at some point, some of these choir bells were sent. Someone else started sending them, and other people started sending them. And I believe now she has something like 60,000 of them. They stack up to 250, so that would be approximately 240 full stacks of choir bells. I bought a stack of choir bells from her for a gold because I'm an ass kisser. I'm the one guy who has ever reduced the number of bells she has. Actually, I'm not really trolling her. I'm trolling everyone who sends her bells so that I can tell them. Like Latro and our designated guild-class book librarian. Exactly. And actually, the Fae, who was in here earlier, she gets all of my duplicate stuff. Not useless stuff, but duplicate stuff in this game, so that any of it that she needs she can take, and then she manages the guild bank here so that anyone else can grab any of the extra stuff. So we have a boatload of dies in our guild bank. Because I get a lot of dies, I pass them to her, she nabs the one she wants, and then she curates the guild bank. Let's see, we raced, we got the daily done, we did the jumping puzzle. I think I'm going to call it an evening. So, I want to thank you guys very much for hanging out. I should send you off to someone else because it is a drops night. Let me find out who is streaming the Wars of Guilds. Let's see. I'm going to send you to one of the people with the slightly lower numbers of people who are watching. Let's see. I will send you over to Hellmasker. Hellmasker is, you know, I said earlier I have 5,000 hours in the game and 40 characters at the cap. Hellmasker is crazier than I am. Second, there we go. The game has achievement points. I have 22,000. He has over 50,000. And I tell you, they get a lot more difficult to come by the more of them you've got. He was, I think, the second person by a couple of hours to get to 50,000. He has played an awful lot of this game at a very high level of capability and continues his push towards 60,000. So I'm going to raid him to pass you guys along for the Twitch viewers. Obviously, I can't raid with the YouTube viewers because that would cause the universe to collapse. Give me a sec here as I'm going to get that started. And then I'll finish my farewell spiel up. One second longer. There we go. We got that. Come on. Oh my God, Twitch, you're so bad at this game thing. Come on. With that was a moment of his voice. So tomorrow I'll be starting early. Probably noonish Pacific, an hour earlier or later, depending on when Path of Exile 2 season launches and how long I have to wait in the queue. I think it's 1 p.m. Pacific, but I'm not positive. And I'll be playing that for the early session. And if I'm assuming I'm still having fun at the end of the early session, I will then also be playing it in the evening session, which will start at the usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. With more PoE 2. If not, I have another game I'll be playing. I will also be enjoying adult leisure beverages tomorrow night. Not quite a drunk stream, but a getting there stream. So, again, thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. Hopefully you will see me soon. I'm going to press the start raid button. I hope the rest of your Thursday night goes great. I hope you get quickly into your weekend. Have a great rest of your evening or day. Take care and ciao for now. Bye, guys.